Here is a diagram. It is their diagram, not mine. You can see in the figure to the left, you see the tracheostomy, the curvy linear structure up there in the front of the neck. And then you see over on the right-hand side the bullet wound, and then on the upper right, the back of the head, you see what was a bullet wound. Here are the wounds in Governor Connally. A wound went into the right posterior axillary area, which means behind the right armpit. Exited, go to the figure on the left, exited below nipple level. Do you remember where Connally was holding that Stetson hat? Here, right? Okay? And then the bullet came out, went into the back of Connally's right distal forearm, figure on the right, back to the figure on the left, emerged then from the volar anterior aspect of the right wrist and re-entered into the left thigh, okay? Now, they soon had a problem, one hell of a problem. They got the alleged murder weapon, the Mannlicher Carcano, considered by every long gun expert to be the most inferior weapon of his genre developed anywhere in the world. I used to do international medical legal seminars around the world in different countries for many, many years. And the first one I did was in Italy in 1965, and I established warm relationships with my colleagues there. In 1973, they invited me back again to talk about what I'm discussing here now because of my interest. And I talked about this as I'm talking about now. And when I mentioned the Mannlicher Carcano, I saw some of the professors who were older than me, and you know, I respected them greatly, sitting in the back, and they were snickering and smiling at each other. I felt so bad. I wanted to crawl under the table, and I went to Silvio Merli, who was now the new director. He spoke English, and we were good friends. I said, Silvio, I want to apologize if I said anything silly or wrong or mispronounced a name or so on. He said, no, you don't understand. They're not laughing at you. They're laughing when you mention the Mannlicher Carcano. In Italy, the Mannlicher Carcano, where it was developed, is considered to be an instrument of love, not a weapon of war. Okay? So they tested it. They got the best marksman they could find, and they determined that it took 2.3 seconds from shot to shot, without allowing for repositioning, re-aiming at a moving target as the cars are moving down Elm Street. 2.3 seconds from shot to shot. Okay? And now back to the Zapruder film. The film was examined by Bell Howe and FBI, and it was determined that 18.3 frames went through the camera per second. There's not a word you can utter, a movement you can make, a thought you can entertain 18 times in 1 second. You can study the shooting of the president, which I did at Life magazine headquarters. They purchased the Zapruder film from Abraham Zapruder's family. I studied that film there, and of course others had too. And they had one hell of a problem, because it was determined that Connally was hit 1.5 seconds after Kennedy had been struck. That Connally was hit 1.5 seconds. How could that be? If the best marksmen take 2.3 seconds from shot to shot, Oswald was never a very skilled marksman. How could he have gotten off a second shot in 1.5 seconds? Enter Arlen Specter, then former DA, junior legal counsel in the Warren Commission, later to become U.S. Senator from Pennsylvania. And we became friends. I'm a Democrat, but I supported him in 2004 when he ran for re-election, and he was re-elected as a Republican. I supported him again in 2010 when he switched to the Democratic Party, but he was not elected. So I don't dump on him, but he was the one who came up with the single bullet theory, which Mark Lane and I and others dubbed a long time ago as the magic bullet theory. The magic bullet theory holds that one bullet produced 7 wounds in 2 men. In and out of Kennedy, in and out of Connally's chest, in and out of Connally's wrist, and into Connally's left thigh. I want my 2 volunteers up here, please. Who are my two volunteers? Where are they? Staff? Come on up, please. Two people, a man and a woman. Where are they? Get up here. Boy, the staff let me down here. What the hell's going on? I'm going to charge for this. Okay, come on over here. Come on over here. Madam President, sit down here.
Thank you.
Mr. Governor, sit down there. Okay? Here is the single bullet theory. A bullet goes into Kennedy's back, and to begin with, it has an upward angle exiting the neck at 11.5 degrees to begin with. Mr. President, were you tying your shoelace? My colleagues say, well, what if the president were bent over, you see, so then you get that. Or maybe you were scratching your groin. Okay? The bullet came out, moving downward, leftward, and forward, comes out here, goes over 18, 20 inches, hits Connolly behind the right armpit, moves through the chest, destroys 4 inches of the right fifth rib, exits below nipple level. That's why you see the governor is always a man. Until Sophia Loren comes around. Exits below nipple level. Hold that hat, Governor. Look, they love you. Hold it. So look at the crowd. Look at they love you, Governor. They love you. Remember, you saw where the head was, right? Bullet emerges down here, swings back up and around into the back of the right forearm, exits from the front and into the left thigh. That is the trajectory of the single bullet theory. You like that? Governor, thank you. Madam President, thank you. Oh, really?
Want me to run the slides?
Okay, so this is only two-dimensional, but you see with the red dot how that bullet would have had to have moved. The blue line represents what the trajectory would have been. Bullets move in a straight line. They don't zigzag like that dotted line, okay? So that's the magical path of the magic bullet.